Welcome to a new day in Empyrion Galactic Survival, and I thought I'd start by hovering above the base because in the last part we put out the base defences, and not long after I finished the video we had our first attack from the drones, and strangely enough they came from this direction, from where it says spices, which if you look on the map it looks a bit odd because spices is down here. What it's implying is the drones came from here. Well, this is a supply station. That means that the drone base is probably somewhere down in this area here, which means we're going to need to go and check that out. And of course, in order to check that out, we're going to need a small vessel. And a big thank you guys for all your comments and feedback. And I think the general consensus is that the best way forward is to build a small vessel from template and then modify it. Although what I will say guys is in a future video I will build another one from scratch, because I do want to talk a little bit about building ships, mainly hovercrafts and SVs, not large capital vessels, but that's something for the future. So what we're going to need to do is come into here, and what I want to build is we're going to build the Nightshade B, which is Spange's updated ship. It's within my resource limit. The only thing it's going to push a little bit is my silicon ingots. And of course what we're going to need to do is get into here. I'm going to have to pull out the resources to do this. Constructor in, because we're using raw materials. And of course I'm not going to be able to get everything I need in here. I think what was it? I think that should be enough iron. I think we need about... Oh, I think I'll just take the copper across. Silicon's going to be a slight cause for concern, and I've already filled up my ship. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll do it this way. I think if we put in a big watch of the... So we've got carbon substrate, and then I'll have to come back for the silicon. And I'll come back, what am I talking about? I'm just going to get into the factory here. Iron ingots 152. Well, we can drop that in. Well, I think we can go slightly over with iron. I've got quite a lot of iron. Yeah, as I say, it's the silicon here. You can see it's 174. It's going to get a bit close to the wire. I don't really want to put that mount in. I'm just going to drop this up for the copper. So I don't want to waste resources because I am a little bit tight, and of course this is going to drain some of my cobalt out as well, so I'm just going to push this in. Carbon substrate, just drop you in now. I suppose we can afford to go over a little bit of the carbon substrate. All I need now is 174 silicon. I don't think I'm going to get back the other way. And I'm just going to get back. So you can see it's going to take virtually all my silicon to get this done. I'm just going to drop that in there. 24. And that would be it. It's going to take 17 minutes to produce this. I'm just going to get that started. I'm just going to drop that in there. You can see that's all the silicon I've got left now. In fact, I'm quite low on resources across the board. Right guys, it's now going to take 17 minutes to make that blueprint. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the video here, and I'm going to go out and just wander around in my hover vehicle here and gather some resources and just do a little bit of general wandering around. And then I'll be right back when I get the message that the blueprint is finished. Okay guys, welcome back. It took a little bit longer than I anticipated, and I spent the time just wandering around here picking up some of the food, and the blueprint is now ready to spawn. The problem I do have is that I've just had a warning for a possible drone attack. We're going to see if we can get away with this and get this in as quickly as possible. Of course, to spawn it we need to come up here, and hopefully we should be able to spawn this. If I spawn this about here, we should be safe because the drone attack will come the other way. And this is the the ship we spawned from Spange. Now, it's a pretty good ship, but there's a couple of things on it that I must admit I'm not the greatest of fans on. The one is that the actual carry capacity on it is a little bit low. If I just show you here, if I come in here, oh, it hasn't sorted the groups, we'll just sort the groups out. But it's a bit tidy. I mean, the ammo box is okay. I mean, we've got 500 in the ammo box here, but the actual container controller is only 875. I'd like to improve that. You can just see the drones coming in now. I'm just gonna find. There we are. Just gonna go in. Sorry about the die. Sorry about the distraction, guys, but I do want to go with those drones. Actually, looks like there's a couple there. Looks like one of them got a hit in, actually, by the look of the sound of it. Oops, I've just crashed into my new ship. Yeah, it looks like they're coming in threes. Oh, this one got me in very close. So he probably did get a bit of a hit here, which is okay. It's not going to be a problem. Just going to come here. I got some power cells. When I know a lot of players, they get a bit obsessed about the fact that the drones are attacking, but truthfully, the drones are a good source of power cells. If you've got good defenses and you just pick up the drones here, then we've got another 3 here. Theoretically, as long as you can defend against the drones, you will never actually ever run out of power. There seems to be one missing. It's almost like it's saying that they land on top of each other. Go away. It says there's 3, but I can't see 3. Oh, there's one in the water here. Wait. Just go away, Mr. Ugly. So these ones actually got a bit closer than the first attack. But then the first attack was only 2 drones. I'm just gonna grab that. And of course, the other thing about drone attacks is that you will never have to make minigun ammunition if you've got the drone attacks. So what we're going to do now is just get back into here and drop this down. Right, we can just do it the quick way. Knock the lift off. Now, what was I doing? Oh yes, we were talking about Spange's ship. I just want to check something. I can't remember whether this ship actually has a fridge. A quick check. Does he have a fridge on here? No, it doesn't look like he's equipment. What's the equipment? That's the detector. We've got the wireless there, fuel tank. Got weapons. Well, we're going to need another Gatling gun. Yeah, it seems he hasn't put a fridge on here, which is a little bit unfortunate. I must admit, I'm not a big fan of where he puts his oxygen. I prefer to have the oxygen on the top. And I think what we're going to do is just get into here. Get into the main base large constructor. Turn the power on. And we're just going to... I want about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... about 8 of those. Just going to make a fridge, and the other thing I also want is another Gatling gun. And of course we're going to need to make some ammunition, so about 1,000 rounds of that. And just pick up. And where can we put the fridge? Just retrieve blocks. I think we could probably put the fridge right behind there. And I've got to find now where the container controller is. So I'm just going to take these. Right, these are here. And what I'm going to do is just take out these here, like that. I mean, I'll probably expand the carry capacity eventually over time. The other thing I also want to do is we're just going to take out 2 of those blocks here. And these are okay, I think, but what I want to do is put the other Gatling gun just in there. See what we got. What we got constructor out. I can grab that. Not sure why I'm carrying the chainsaw around. Get the fridge. And I think we can get the other Gatling gun in. I think we'll do the Gatling gun first. Now the reason I'm putting the Gatling gun in the nose is that I like line of sight. And by having a Gatling gun mounted on the central axis, that actually gives me line of sight. I must admit I would prefer the Gatling guns to be a bit further forward, but I think we can live with that just at the moment. And drop the fridge in the top like that. I'm just going to put that box there, and I'm just going to rotate this in. Oops. Put this in here. Now I don't want to put too many of these cargo boxes in because they do drain power. And let's have a quick look. What's the... What's that saying? Oh, that's the ammo one. Sorry, guys. So this is now up to 1500. I think we can put... And I've got the spare resources, or I've got the extra ones. I think we're just going to take out that one and that one. Oops. Just going to rotate that in like that, and that in like that, and that now brings up the cargo box. Why has that got a cargo box in it? Oh, there. That now brings this up to 1700 here, which is pretty good. We got a fridge to carry capacity in it. I mean, I think that would be okay for the moment. I mean, eventually over time, 2 ways of looking at this, guys. I'm half thinking about just using this as a general purpose local SV and then building a new one, or the alternative is what I might do is effectively rebuild this ship over time. I think we can jump in now. I think we're just going to give it a try. Of course, we're going to need to put some power in. And then we've got manage. Wow, actually half in. Yeah. And we're going to need some guns as well. Base. Well, I'll do it this way. Nightshade B. Ammo. Put that in there. And it's gonna, right, we've got thrusters on, we've got brakes, we've got power. We've got no oxygen. We don't need oxygen at the moment. And I must admit, the ship does fly very well. What we're going to do now is just get out and get a feel for the ship here. Let's get back. Maybe we'll just get a little bit higher. And what we need now to do is go out and try the guns out. In fact, I know just the place. Because I don't think I actually took the defences out with this. Oops. And if you watch the pattern, oh, maybe I did take the defences out here. No, they didn't. There they are. But see the pattern of 3 going in. The centrally mounted gun actually makes a very, very big difference. I mean, if I can find something else to shoot. It's probably not the way of looking at it, but we must be able to find some creature here. There we are. I'm just going to come in here. I haven't shot any of these before, but there's a pangolin there. So if I line up on the pangolin, get a bit of extra height so you guys can see it. But see the line of sight. See, if you've got wing-mounted Gatling guns, you have a wide dispersal. If you've got a centrally mounted or closely mounted guns, you get a very much tighter pattern of shooting. Well, we better not waste it. Just make sure, yeah. We'll just come down here, and of course it gives me the XP that I want anyway. But just to show you guys, see, these guns on the outside give a wider pattern compared to this one here. So the way to look at it is the centrally mounted Gatling gun is your tracer targeting gun, which then gives you the focus for these. If you're firing two Gatling guns at this wide pattern, it's very difficult to find the concentration point. Anyway, I think that's enough talk about Gatling gun alignment. I'm quite happy with this ship here, and things are going quite well. And the ship's flying quite well. Let me just have a... Now I want to check something else. If we go to stats, the ship's got a carry... The ship at the moment's got a mass of 17.4 tons, and we've got a lift thrust of 300 kilonewtons. That means, using a very rough calculation, and I'm emphasizing, guys, this is a very rough calculation that somebody gave me. If you divide this by 10, this means this ship has a technical carry weight of 30 tons, but bear in mind that you've got to take off the 17 tons. So it's actually closer to what, 13 tons. But you also got to remember, is if I put 13 tons in the ship, we will have no lift-off thrust. So the current carry weight of this ship is probably about 8-9 tons before it starts to get a bit floppy and ineffective. But I mean, I would go out and do some experimentation in future parts. I'm really happy with this now. We've got a SV, means we can now get out and explore over here, and of course we've got the mobility now to fly above the trolls. In fact, just to wind this video up, guys, I've got to do it. How much fuel? What we're going to do is we're going to go over and uncover that area there. Now obviously it's going to take me a little while to get there, so we're just going to fly over and there, and I'll pick up the video again once we actually get to where we're going. Okay guys, we're approaching this area here, and I can actually see a drone on the radar, so what we're going to do is just fly in here. Can't see him though. Where is he? It's saying that there's a drone here. Oh, look at that. I was flying so high that I was actually flying above him. Anyway, we've got our first kill with a drone. One thing I have noticed with this ship is that there's a little bit, when you drop down, because of the full thrusters, it's a little bit aggressive when the ship drops down. I mean, I could reduce downward thrust, but I think we'll live with it just for the moment. So we got our first drone kill. It is really nice to be able to just fly over these flaming mountains. These mountains have been such a bane with the hover vehicle. You can see here, if I fly over this territory here, this terrain here has been incredibly rough. Look, with all these dips and all that, and when you've got a really overloaded hover vehicle, trying to get through this area here has been very difficult. Right guys, we got to the marker. What I'm going to do now is fly down here and just open up this area to see if there's a path through here. So we're just going to go down this way and just clear this area out. I've got something away to the west, but I'm not particularly that worried about it, to be honest. And we've got something away to the south now. Yeah. We'll fly a little bit to the east just to uncover those squares. I mean, it's going to say that we're entering Xerax territory in a little while, but I'm not worried about that because we're flying way above these guys now. Yep. And what we're going to do is get rid of this marker, and we're going to fly in this direction. So we're going to just fly across to the south this way. I mean, it says there's still something away to the west, but and we're still in Xerax territory. I don't know what. Oh, I need to fly to the west. Bit of a fail there, guys. It's getting dark as well, so hopefully I'll get this done before it gets too dark for you guys to be able to see. Looks like there's something on the horizon over there. Because we've got a concentration here. I think if we actually now fly true west carefully, we should be able to just open up this area, see what Xerax installations are here. Yeah, we're in Xerax territory. Yeah, there's something just there. I gained some height, which I think many of you guys have recommended, is that we want to come in high. There's something just there on the radar. Yep, we've got that there. We know what these are. This is a Xerax defense thing, so what we're going to do is just move away. I'm just going to fly out through here. We're really annoying the Xerax now, but who cares? Now we're gonna inch our way west just to see what's in this area here. Found a submerged tank, whatever that is. There's some. Yes. What's that there? That's the submerged tank. Okay. I'm not too sure what a submerged tank is. And this is a crashed capital vessel. Whoops. Oh, come on. Lift. You have to be very gentle with the when I'm dropping down. Otherwise I'm going to crash into the ground. We got a capital. Wow, I'm completely surrounded now with targets. I think we're just going to keep going west and north for the moment. I know this is very dangerous because we're in Xerax territory, but if we don't find out where they are and what they are, we won't be able to plan our attacks. So we found the spaceports, rocket drones. This is way into the north. Yeah, there's the spaceport. There's some drones probably lurking over it, so we're just going to fly over the top of the mountains. Yeah, so we're flying out of this area here. We've now opened up this area here, and I've got a very good idea. It means I can fly through here. It looks like we got the capital. There's a kind of neutral area here that I can skate through should I need to. And I think we're just going to aim up north now and see what's north. I've only got 14 minutes of power left. Wow. I've only got 14 minutes of power left. I better. Obviously, this ship is quite heavy on power, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Got 29 minutes now. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is just going to go north and discover what is to the north of us. Right, we've got an ancient watchtower here. I don't know if that's any good, but just going to drop down and have a look at this and see what it is. Oh, I'm going to have to do something about this. I think once you've got a bit of weight on the ship, that those downward thrusters are a little bit aggressive. No, I don't think this is anything special. No, this is, you watched when I did, I think it was the original Alpha 9 series. This was the watchtower that was next to a Talon settlement. Right guys, I think this is where I'm going to leave it, because we've now got an operational small vessel, which means I can now get out and be slightly more aggressive in the way I've got to do. I've got a little bit of concerns about the thrusters and the carry capacity, but it's certainly going to help me open up some more of this planet and do some exploration, which is going to be the primary objective of this ship. And then I will probably then change it to fit to other things. In the next part, I think maybe it's time. I think I'll do it now, guys. I'm just gonna. And the next part we will do this mission here. So we're gonna find the monument, and I don't know when that's gonna turn up, but that's all for the next part, guys. So this is where I'm gonna leave it. Hope you enjoyed. Oh, there it is. There. So the monument's back there towards where my base is, and we're now flying over a little bit of Xerox territory, but this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.